I'm here with Sheikh Nazim Al-Qabrusi. First question is about your work as a spiritual leader in the world. What sect or religion or Sufi organization do you come from?
I am only, I like to say that I am only a humble servant for the Lord of Heavens, and it is not important from which sect or from which tariqah Sufi order I am coming, but I am belonging to biggest human family, one simple member from big mankind family. And I am trying to be a best servant for my Lord, and also my mission is to call people, every people, without making any difference between them, to call them to a best servanthood for their Lord.
What is the primary, the focus, the goal of your teaching or your work, or how to bring the Lord to all these people?
My main goal that I am asking from people to give their best servanthood to their Lord and to make their best for everyone around themselves.
What do you suggest that these people do that come to you to make that happen? How do they actually serve in the best way in a world that has many problems?
And every problems on earth now through people, there is some reasons, as I am a believer through whole holy books, beginning from the first man and from his teachings, then to Noah, then to Abraham, then to Moses, then to Jesus Christ, then to Muhammad, peace be upon them. As I am believing through heavenly messages, through heavenly messengers, first problem for first man, it was from Satan. Satan cheated first man and his women, and they were in paradise in a best life, and because they have been cheated by Satan, they fall down in troubles on this planet. And I am looking same reason now in our days, in our time, in our period. On this planet, mostly people, they are trying to follow satanic teachings, not heavenly teachings. And that is the main point that I may sign to everyone.
The satanic teachings, or the teachings of Satan, I think you refer to Adam and Eve and the fall to out of the garden that you say where man lived in peace and harmony with God, the Creator. Is this Satan an individual, a man, or is it a consciousness that takes somebody over?
It is something that grows with man. because man, they have been created to be a heavenly being, and also from the level of animals. Through their physical beings, they belong to animals' world. Through their souls, they are belonging to heavenly beings. So that we are keeping both sides from heavenly being and from animals being together, and as long as we may control our animals' side, our direction towards heavens, as long as we can't be able to control our egoistic or our animal being desires, if it is getting out of our control, then that is the meaning to follow the teachings of Satan.
So Satan's teachings would be, or Satan's effect would be that of an egoistic lifestyle. And just to clarify, egoistic, you're saying, would you say that is about self-serving too much, taking care of the physical too much, and physical desires too much?
That is true. That is true. Just you are mentioning on that point that mostly everyone individually asking to fulfill their selfish desires. And selfish desires, it is well known, no limits.
Right. Now, this is not an easy thing for people in this world today, because we have moved into a very physical, materialistic existence for the most part. Money and power have become the god of many people. What does one person do to effect a change?
For reaching people to their endless selfish desires, they are in need money or power. And sometimes money means power, or sometimes power means money. Therefore, most people, commonly people, running after money or after power. Therefore, you are witnessing now in our days that mostly people running to do much more money or to reach to points of power.
Now, this drive, this obsession to do this, is a teaching that starts in our educational systems. I'm talking about the public school systems of this country in the West, and in Europe and in other countries, and even in the developing countries now, to teach people to go to school, to learn how to be successful, gratify the ego, be number one, make a lot of money. How do we change this? I'm in agreement with you. We're out of control.
Now you are saying and developing countries. What is the meaning developing?
Well, take the United States and Europe, okay? They have a major industrial, economic stability, and the countries in South America are following our ways, the ways here that may not be so good. So
but developing means developing for technology,
yes,
technical things. But what about for mankind?
Well, some of these countries have maybe the spiritual or divine roots that make the world a better place, but we don't follow them.
But it is so weak, never affecting on common people, because educational system now in our days on whole world based on atheistic principles.
Yes. So how do we touch the heart and the soul that's buried under layers of the mind that has learned this system, that this is what we do? I know you're traveling around this country now. How, what is the teaching? What is the methodology for the change?
Now we are in need a changing on earth from A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
Every foundation just based on atheistic principles and must be changed from A up to Z.
Mm-hmm.
And it is impossible to be done, that changing, by individual attempts.
If it can't be done by individual.
Individually it is impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Either states must change their directions, their principles from atheistic principles to the heavenly principles, or a terrible future facing for whole mankind.
Well, we have in this country, in the United States, a separation of church and state. It's intentionally been done. Years ago, they took prayers out of the public school system. No more praying. I agree. We need to shift back to a spiritual base. Do you have any thoughts about how we can do that? How to organize that to create change?
To organize, it is impossible, as we said, by someone's to do that organization, or through communities. It is so difficult. Mm-hmm. We must use power.
Mm-hmm.
Governing power must be on it to change direction of people, because whole time people, they are like flocks, and government, they are shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
If shepherd not changing the direction of flock going on.
So do we need to elect people into office that are people who make the spiritual, the God realization or God service the priority, and the government and operating the world secondary?
But now church can't do that. Church no power.
No power.
And also originally church never authorized to look after states works, or states what they are doing for governing people. If they are following the teachings of Jesus Christ just left what belongs to Caesar to be left to him. We are Christians. Church can't be able to introduce or to involve the government's governing principles, but only they may advise to them to keep people on heavenly beliefs, and to try to bring rules according to heavenly principles.
So this feels like, to me, it gets back to the individual again, each person, because their life will not work as well because of their individual suffering in this system. We all feel pain inside ourselves. I do. And many of the people that I talk to about the way life is, the quality of life is deteriorating. It's going down. It gets worse. What do you recommend to the individual that they do to touch into a place inside, to connect with the divine, with with God to serve, so that the pain isn't there, so that they can let go of their pain.
But if we are doing something individually, collectively, it is going to disappear. The conditions that we are living in it, surrounding individually people, so difficult. Yesterday I was in someone's, our brother's home, and he showed me a garden through in his home, and I'm looking where it is growing, and he showed to me that growing inside in a glass room,
The greenhouse.
greenhouse. It was banana tree,
Uh-huh.
and it is impossible to live through outside. Therefore, individually you can do it only through your home,
Yes.
through your family. But when you are going to outside, it is going to disappear or to be in ruins.
Do you see any hope for the
For,
world?
for hope, it is another thing, another point. Perhaps now whole nations, whole religions, they are looking after someone. Everyone going to be hopeless from the statement that governing whole world now to be able to change. Only everyone now, they are looking towards heavens and asking a divinely involvement to our people, to ourselves, to save us. As it was before, every time Lord was sending some distinguished, extraordinary servants to change everything on earth. And now, I am, as a Muslim, I am expecting one. And Christians, they are expecting one. And Jewish people, they are expecting one
The
also.
Messiah you're talking about. Messiah.
I know Messiah.
Yeah.
Messiah. Two Messiahs. One, it is expecting by Jewish people,
Yes.
and second, Messiah expecting through Christians, another Messiah expecting by Muslims. Therefore, now we are looking what is going to happen, because full speed, a train moving. Who may be able to get in front of it and to say stop, taking everything taking. But there is only one hope for that speed train to stop, only traffic lights. When traffic lights is going to be in front of it, then this driver making it down, speed getting reducing, then when it is red, stopping. Now, whole world and most speedfully running on a dark future, worst or terrible, most dangerous direction it is going.